Previously on the Simply Human podcast.
We bought my school shoes at Mervin's before school started. They're just regular old Nikes, so I wrote "air" underneath.
You did that too?
Yes, I
All
did.
these years we've known each other, and
Well, that's confessional time.
we're just now finding out what pathetic losers we are. Oh wait,
I'm not just finding out.
we already knew that. It's episode 229 of the Simply Human podcast with your hosts Mark and Rick, two human beings being human. Our goal is to help you understand how humans are designed to eat, sleep, move, and enjoy, and how you can start living more like a human today. On today's show, it is Dr. Nima Rahmany. He's a chiropractor turned edutainer on a mission to teach business executives, entrepreneurs, and teenagers about how to resolve the root cause of stress. He is the creator of a breakthrough new tool called the Overview Method, where participants are taken through an exercise to clear emotional baggage and resentment that holds them back from moving to new levels in business, health, family, relationships. So,
Mark,
Dr.
would you like to? I will give you $1,000 if you can tell me what it is when you take two words like that and you smash them together. Like, would you call it
Edutainment?
Edutainment.
I do know
$1,000.
it's called.
No, you don't.
I do. It's called
You don't.
a palindrome.
A portmanteau.
I will give you back your $1,000.
Thank you. Okay.
I didn't get the $1,000, so how can I give it back?
I feel like this is a numbers game here. I feel like we're playing a shell game here.
What is the name of the contraption, the bicycle-looking thing with the huge wheel in the front and the small wheel in the back?
That is the bicycle from the movie Bruno.
That's incorrect.
Do not Google that on your work computer, everyone.
Oh, gosh. Do I need to bleep that? I don't know what that is.
No, you don't need to bleep it. It's not a swear word. Just
That
use your personal phone, not your work computer, to Google the Bruno bicycle.
FW. It is a penny farthing.
I don't think that's true.
Well, I think it's true. So we're recording. We've got, dang. I was going to bring up we got a really good comment on our YouTube.
Jiminy.
One of our YouTube shows. So we've been doing YouTube video. Now, we had Kathleen Trotter back on.
Yes.
Who is great. And we had this incredible
It was really fun.
And she mentioned this on Facebook that we kind of ambushed her and
unintentionally.
That she didn't realize that we were recording, and she said a lot of swear words. And I don't know, because the bleeping tool on video is different than the bleeping tool. I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to edit that. It's going to take me like half a day.
Do you have to edit like the lip reading part too?
No, it has to do with like, I have time code of all the swear words. Okay. And you had a couple of swear words in there too. So it's not just Kathleen. And so
what are you going to do?
But it has to do with like, if the time code messes up to the video, and when it's just a big mess. You have to split the video and the audio. It's just a big mess. I'm not as.
So what you're saying is now I've really got to actually stop swearing. It's no longer just
one or two is okay. I can find.
Okay.
But what I might have to do is just listen to the whole thing again after I've edited the ins and outs and everything else. Hold on. How do I go to my comments
on what your YouTube videos? You know what? I actually haven't looked at that yet. Let me see.
Customized channels 16 days ago. 22 weeks. Oh, here we go. I did it. Oh, wait. It's going to start playing.
Oh, hey. I've got an account here. Oh, no, man. This is a different account.
Oh, my gosh.
I need to log in under our account.
Okay.
I'll let you do this.
I owe Corey Mascara an apology.
For calling him Cody.
No. Did you do this?
Did I do what?
The title of the YouTube video is number 227, Chris Mascara.
I didn't do anything. Way to go, Mark.
I would not have done that.
Very clearly you did, because I don't have access to our YouTube page. We should probably get that at some point.
Dang.
Way to go. Why don't you go on there and edit it?
I am. It says, I hope you didn't see that.
Way to go, Mark. Way to go.
Hold on. This is great.
Nobody, stop listening, everybody.
I'm going to look this up. You tell us about your hair.
So I haven't had a haircut.
Braggart.
Right now is, what is this? The 18th of May. I don't know when the last time I've had one.
George Strait.
But this is not like a quarantine thing. This has just been, I've been growing my hair out because who cares, man? It has been at least a year since I've had a haircut, and it is just now getting to the length that I like it. And I have been told that I have until next Monday. My job has told me I have until next Monday to get a haircut.
Who was it? What was it like the president of the city that's had?
Yes, the president of the city came down with his top hat and monocle
on a penny farthing.
No, that's because of the pandemic. They had temporarily suspended hair length grooming standards for men because, you can't go get a haircut. Well, that was literally just for me because I'm the only person in the entire
needs a haircut.
In the entire department that is anywhere close to those grooming standards. Everybody else is, doing a high and tight or a flat top or whatever. So that was specifically for me. But because now our governor has decided it's a good idea to open things back up, even though we're having, gigantic surges of cases and people are dying at higher rates and people are testing higher rates. We're going to open things up now.
We're not getting into it here.
Oh yeah, we're not going to get into the science of things. Hey, you know what? Hey, let's stop testing, and then no one will have a positive test.
That's what we did all fall when we all had it anyway.
But I have been told, because everything is opening up back now, I've been told that June 1st, which is this coming Monday, and I don't know, it's the longest my hair's ever been by far. I mean, here.
Oh my gosh.
It's super long, but just the back is the problem. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
The length in the back is the issue because
party in the front, business in the back.
I mean, it's really just kind of party in the front and party in the back. Really, it's long all over. But
your mom is an expert on that.
But it's because it touches my collar, and so I'm literally just going to go in and be like, "Hey, you have to just trim it up to where it's not touching my collar." I'm not even sure I'm going to have them trim the top of it because it's all super
I could cut your hair.
Subjective to it has to be. It can't be unkempt looking, which usually when I go to work, I mean, it's combed. It looks nice. I mean, this is how the rest of the world looks, except in the land of flat tops and mustaches and Oakley sunglasses. But I guess I have to look like everybody else. Policeman robot.
Hey,
they're gonna make me remove my Grateful Dead T-shirt too, probably.
You know what? You've just been pinning your badge to the outside of your T-shirt.
That's how I'm gonna start showing up to work and just a Grateful Dead T-shirt with a badge,
haircut, and then the T-shirt badge. Yeah,
this makes me want to the episode of The Simpsons where they had all the major league players come and play for the company softball team, and Mr. Burns told Don Mattingly to shave his sideburns, but he didn't have any sideburns, so
they were just
shaved all the way up. We should put that in the show notes. But yeah, so that's what I'm gonna have to do. So I've got I'm gonna have my lovely locks.
It'll grow back even after you die.
It'll grow back, but I have to keep cutting it. That's the problem. They won't get off my back about it, probably. My mom says I look very handsome.
I also think you look very handsome. I have an update on our shirts.
Okay.
Oh wait, so this is going to come out after it comes out. But listen, hold on. But we were correct on the last show. We talked about the audio version of Kathleen Trotter came out today.
Okay.
We talk about possibly on or about May 20th, the shirts being on the Betty Ruckus flash sale.
Yes.
That's happening on the 20th.
On the 20th.
Yes.
Okay.
So get on there and we'll put a thing on Facebook. I'll link to it as soon as I get it. And I don't know what the color is going to be. I know it's going to be this logo. And
it's going to be vomit green.
Yeah. Dinty Moore. Hormel chili,
orange chili,
can cream.
Joke for 4 people right there. Why are we not releasing the YouTube show on the same day that we're releasing the podcast show? Just because it takes longer to produce the YouTube show?
Oh, so you want to take that over, Rick? Is that?
That's my question. If the answer is yes because of effort, then all right. Well, I guess we just open it up later.
With the new Red Circle platform, the audio upload and all that is insanely fast. It's the video.
Okay.
I'm getting faster at it. The video would have been already up of Trotter if I don't even want to start it because it's going to be such a daunting task.
Edit.
Do you know what? I'm going to look at it this way. It's going to make me better at bleeping tool. I'm going to
Is it a big deal that there's a lot of swear words on YouTube?
I think so. I mean, they caught
my mom.
They caught the Van Halen song within 60 seconds.
Oh, well, they're people. I can find you YouTube videos of people using the F word all the time. That's not a big deal.
The rest of the show is going to be links sent from me to me from Rick. That's all he's going to be doing the rest of the show. So that's fun. So let's see. YouTube. Go to iTunes. Leave us a review. It was. Hold on. Dang it. I had the name of the person. I don't think this is. Hold on. We got a great comment from Minch Yoda.
Is that his real name?
Is that a your dog reference?
I don't think so. I mean, Yoda's not famous because of my dog. He's famous because of Star Wars. So here, I'll read to the very end of this. It's a pretty long comment. It was great. He's talking about stoicism, and if life throws lemons at you and you stand there and let them hit your face, then that's on you. If life throws lemons at you and you just get angry and let it make you hate, then that's you. But if you dodge and duck, or even if one hits you in the face and you say, F you lemons, and come out on the other side a better person, then that is where the magic lies. But this is how I take it again. 30 years into this lesson, in my own words, I let S slide off me like water off a duck. And as a follow-up, I just keep on keeping on after that. So good some things you can control, things we talked about with Kathleen. There's some things you can control, some things you can't, and you have to be able to sort both of those things out. We have had a lot of good. I need to figure out. I've done it before because your Rick Tries a New Food is a playlist. So somehow I did a playlist. You sent me that, and I wasn't following exactly why we need to do a playlist.
So I need to figure out the playlist thing and do a playlist so people can just find them all in one
Google
spot. I know it'll take me 2 seconds to do it, but I'm trying to think what else. What other exciting things we're going to do this shirt? We'll give you a shout out. I don't even know if call the phone number, see if the phone number works. This is great radio.
Hang on. What is it again?
42 human. 530-42 human?
Yeah, 530-42 HUMAN.
HE double hockey.
Okay. We're going to go on speakerphone. Can you hear that? All right. I'll leave you a message. Yeah, you son of. I'm gonna make you bleep just for that.
Okay, it will. No. I'm gonna have. Yeah, that's. I'm gonna have to cover that up.
Yeah, you are.
Hold on. Let me. That's every time you call me.
This is gonna be one you can't bleep.
Hold on.
I'm just gonna have to blur the screen.
I've got bleeps. 12:33.
We do want to hear from you people, though.
Yeah.
You people.
Call us. Leave us. I got
5. Okay, so the hotline number, answer 24 hours a day on Mark Rogers' phone, is 530-42-HUMAN.
Human.
Can we not get 69 human? Do you not get to pick your own number?
Yeah. Any numbers around 70 don't really appeal to me. I don't understand. I mean, it's 10 touchdowns.
Let me call your mom and see if she will explain. I mean,
did you hear the holdout this morning? Users.
No, but don't talk about Dallas
sorry.
radio.
I'm sorry.
So call us at 530-42-HUMAN. You can. Facebook is probably our most. It's probably our most active social media platform. So I'm sure most of you probably follow us on Facebook. Comment, whatever. Simply Human 52 at Twitter and Instagram. Is that right?
At Simply Human 52.
Yeah, I said it backwards. At Simply Human 52 on Twitter and Instagram. You can email Mark, simplyhumanlifestyle@gmail.com. You can
do not email Rick at simplyhumanrick.
I will start checking it. I have the Gmail app on my phone. I am simplyhumanrick@gmail.com. But if you send something to him, then he'll send it to me, so whatever. But call us, text us, something. I don't know.
I want to do this. I want to. It won't be a show, but I want to record with Jason.
Yeah.
Just like hey, 5-10 minutes. Where are you? Tell us why you started listening. Some of your favorite moments. What are you like?
You know what?
And then just post that on YouTube.
Yeah. Maybe we could start doing that. Like
I don't have to edit anything.
Yeah. Well, 5-minute interviews with some of our favorite humans. And
if you would like to be interviewed by us,
there we go.
Thrown out on the YouTube channel, send us the thing.
Yes. Send us a thing.
All that is in just send us hey, let's do this. Okay, so our dog Roger had to go to the vet. We talked about this. He's doing fine, but it's bringing up this conversation about.
He is still alive?
Listen. So when Dr. Nima comes on, this will be something we can continue talking about if he just pops in. We've narrowed it down. Okay, I say we. I have narrowed it down.
You and the veterinarian are in the lab with their Bunsen burners. Yeah, that's Bunsen burner.
Jen and I have both been like, we're not getting another dog ever. Right?
Ever?
That's been our stance because you can't travel. Yeah, it's just a bunch.
Get a cat.
You shut your mouth. Cats are the worst.
Cats are nice.
Oh, here he is. Okay, perfect. Dr. Nima.
Hey.
I know you go by. We're recording. We've learned.
Sweet.
And we're doing video. It's Dr. Nima.
That's right. Sorry, my dogs are attacking something out there.
And is it Rahmany?
Rahmany. Wow. Dude,
I told him
do you have
how to
Persian
say
friends?
No.
Do you have Persian friends?
There's a Dr. Rahmany in my city, and so that's how he says it. And so that's what I get. But you go by Dr. Nima.
Great. Yeah.
And you're a dog person.
I'm a dog person for sure.
We literally just started talking about dogs.
Just started talking about dogs. So
They heard you.
Their
ears were burning, so they're like, "Ah!"
What? Okay, you have more than one. Tell us about your dog.
2. Well, I have a dog, and my wife has a baby dog. Like, we both have fur babies. We just got married, and we have 2 little fur baby kids, and we have a baby on the way. So
what?
Little family. We got married a month ago. Like literally 1 month ago today. We've been married. It was a beautiful little COVID wedding.
COVID baby.
We have a COVID baby arriving in October.
You have to name it COVID.
Yeah, that's a middle name. Yeah, we were thinking about calling it COVID, but that's.
Is it boy, girl? Are you finding out?
We are deliberately not going to find out. We have names prepared for either one, and we just like it to be a surprise.
This is a perfect. Like I was just about to bring this up. So I have 2 old beagles.
Okay.
Well, I'm sorry. One of them is dead.
Okay.
I have 1 old beagle.
Way to go, Mark.
Yeah.
Wait, it's your loss. I'm sorry.
1 died 2 years ago, and my wife and I are like, we have 3 kids, 10, 9, and 6. We've talked about we're not ever getting dogs. Well, now I'm saying this quiet because I don't want my wife to hear. My oldest daughter and I are trying to chip away.
Push her into it.
At that, right?
Yeah.
And we're just having these, hypothetical, we're not getting a dog, but hypothetical.
I have this friend.
Yeah, if we did get a dog, what are some funny names or some good names? Okay, so
good.
I had narrowed it down to 3, and I want you all to help me with the names, okay?
Go.
For human names for animals, by the way.
This is like for our hypothetical dog that we're going to get when this other dog meets his demise.
Like you're going to drop him into a wood chipper? That's what that sounds like when he meets his demise. Like he's really pissed you off.
I've got him by the hind legs and just drop him.
I've had enough of your S, Roger.
Dr. Nima, my dog's name is Roger Rogers. Okay, so we're not above the ridiculous dog name. Okay, the first option is, and just bear with me here. Think about calling this name out. Yelling at it, being happy with it. Okay, first name is Fart.
Nope.
Really?
You're not going to be able to get Mark. You're not going to be able to get this past your wife if you want to name a dog Fart.
Okay, second option.
That's so crazy.
Uncle Al.
Not Al. Uncle Al.
Uncle Al.
His official title.
That's a funny name.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
It is a funny name.
I'll be the judge of this.
The third option kind of goes along with the Al, but is my wife's grandfather's name. He went by Junior his whole life. His actual name was Alvis Byron. Alvis Byron.
Alvis, not E-L.
Right.
Alvis?
Alvis Byron.
Wow. So you're going to try to convince your wife to get a dog by name. Hey, we're going to name this dog after your grandfather to honor him. Dog who licks other dogs' butts.
Or
in
fart.
honor of Uncle Elvis.
Or fart.
Or fart. So it's down to honoring
Why would she oppose this? What is she, an idiot?
Exactly.
Right?
I don't know. Yeah.
I think what you should do instead is you and your daughter work on her and be like, hey, we want to get a horse. And just have the horse live in the backyard.
Or pig.
We can feed it and just go on with this horse. And then when she just explodes, like, all right, fine, we'll get a horse. We'll get a dog instead.
Okay.
And she won't even notice the dog.
There you go.
Because you've been doing the horse.
Or the
I mean,
Dr. Nima,
Talking
where
about
Yes.
are you calling in from?
I'm calling in from beautiful Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. As you can see, there's some
whoa.
beautiful mountains up here.
Wow. Wait,
Two weeks in a row we have had our Canadian brothers. and
that's on
sisters the show.
Vancouver's the West.
West
Yes, West
West
Coast.
We had
Side.
Toronto last
Yeah.
week.
It's now 6:30 p.m., bright and sunny,
Yeah.
and it's gorgeous.
Are you from Canada?
I was born in Iran, but we moved to Canada when I was 4,
Okay.
and I'm Canadian, so I'm
Yeah.
full on Canadian. Yes.
Hockey?
Full blown.
I haven't played. I'm a big fan, but not as big as like basketball. So I love hockey.
You big
And,
Steve Nash fan?
Yes, he's from here.
Yep.
Yeah, I was about to say he's from Vancouver.
Yeah, he's from here.
Are
So,
you
Played for
who's-
the Mavs for a long.
oh, there you go. There you go.
Yes, he did.
Steve Nash. Yeah. He's our pride and joy. You know, it's like how often does a Canadian win the MVP
Twice.
2 years in a row?
Yeah.
Of professional basketball for
Right.
crying out loud.
Rick, very quickly, where did he go to college?
Santa Clara.
Very good. Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Vancouver Canucks. Is that your team? Are you Canucks?
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
I can imagine. Okay. Go ahead
Rick
there. I'm
is
a Stars fan.
Chicago Whitehawks fan.
That is not a team at all in hockey. I'm a Stars fan, but I can appreciate our owner, Tom Gallardi, owns a bunch of hotels in Vancouver. He's a Vancouver, highfalutin Vancouver businessman. So
Beautiful.
All right, very quickly, let's do the birthday guessing game. Rick.
okay, here's a thing that we do. We can't really explain why we do it or how we started doing it, but just someday we started doing this several years ago. Mark and I each get 2 guesses at your birthday. Okay, just the month and the day, not the year, and you just respond. We each get 2 shots at it. Don't give it away. Be like, ooh, that's close. Just yes or no. And for the record, I am the only one to have ever gotten this right because I am better than Mark.
And 3 weeks ago, you got 1 day away from our guest's child's birthday, which was pretty cool.
Okay.
No. You got 1 day off
Impressive
of
if
his
that's what you
birthday.
meant to do.
Yeah.
If you meant to do
I've
that.
gotten really close like 2 or 3 times. And then there was a
you-
bit like that I did for like 2 months where I researched the guests ahead of time and like nailed their birthdays like 4 weeks in a row. And Mark actually believed that I got it without like cheating. And it was
Okay,
funny. It was
okay.
a funny bit.
All right,
Okay,
you have
you
to
wanna
go
go
first.
first?
No,
Me?
you have to go. You always have to go first. So I have 1 day is lessened.
I will go April 20th.
No.
Why are you laughing, Mark?
Hitler's birthday.
Okay. I did not pick that because it was Hitler's birthday. I picked it because 420 is a funny number.
October 1st.
No. November 22nd. You guys are hilarious. Did you go to high school together?
We actually
Sort of.
have known each other for like 25 years.
Wait, hold on.
You can
So-
totally tell. You guys are
Is it-
like
Wait, is it November?
buddies
22nd?
since childhood. I can see it.
Did you
I would
give it
love-
away?
I would love to just hang with you guys. I can't believe I'm just meeting you. This is the most incredible podcast interview I've
Rick,
ever had.
We haven't even gotten to what we're going to talk about, too.
Hey, since
I
we
know.
started doing video, like every one of our guests have made some sort of comment like that.
Because you can see us laughing at
Did
each
you
other.
say is your birthday November 22nd?
Correct.
My wife's is the 21st.
Amazing.
What are the odds? Oh, 1 in 365.
I love it.
Yeah. Okay. Now on to the show.
Oh, this isn't the show? I thought this was the show.
This is the lead up. This is
Okay.
the ramp upwards.
Amazing.
Dr.
I
Nima,
love it.
you are in your material that was sent to us, an edutainer. Tell us your story. I know we did an intro we did a little bio in the intro, but in your words, kind of give us your story. How did you get to where you are today?
Are we actually recording now?
We
Is
have
this-
been
is
recording
this-
the whole time. This
Okay,
is all the
so
show.
this is the actual interview?
Yeah,
Yes.
but all of this is going to be on the show. So
Oh my god, I freaking love this. This is the coolest thing ever. So it really illustrates the point of the edutainment. Okay? Is that my nervous system, in order for me to learn something that's very valuable and critical, if I do it in the form of entertainment, if it's presented to me in an entertaining way, my chances of retaining it becomes very important, much higher. Right? And there's nothing more important for you to retain than understanding how to regulate your nervous system. Because you live your life through your nervous system. I have been a chiropractor for the last 20 years. and I graduated in 2001 at the Canadian Memorial Chiropractic College, and I was on this path to help people heal. The problem is that some people would heal and others wouldn't. And my ego didn't really like that. My ego hated the fact that, out of 100 people that would come in with a garden variety of aches and pains and digestive issues and jaw pain and headaches and hormonal issues and issues, of a health standpoint, I could help probably 80% of them just with the chiropractic work, but then there was the 20 that I couldn't get to, and I had to find out why. So it was a merging of everything I learned in neuroscience and in personal growth and in transformation that I merged with what I have done in chiropractic to create a methodology to help people become their own self-healers. That there were certain things in their journey, their traumas and dramas and stories, that stopped them from actually fully healing. And that if they were playing victim to their history, they would not be able to fully heal. And so I created these workshops called LifeSkills for a Stressful World 10 years ago in my practice, where it was a 3-hour workshop on Saturday morning, where if you came in, Rick, with a back problem or a health issue or neck aches, I'd say, hey, Rick, we're going to work on this for the next several weeks, but please come to my Saturday morning workshop called Life Skills for a Stressful World, where I can help empower you to become your own healer and be able to heal much faster and get better outcomes in here. And use me as your maintenance guy rather than your repairman.
So how did you come about making this connection between the dealing with those emotional, those traumas and things like that connected directly to the physical stuff?
That's very good question. Yeah. I would notice that the people that would get better were the ones that had some perspective on healing their past, but the people who had really deep, dark histories, people who had like a story of suffering that they were holding on to, that they couldn't get over, like a trauma that they haven't been able to overcome, a breakdown of a relationship that they're still holding on to resentment towards. To the degree you're holding on to that resentment, you're not going to get as good outcomes. And you're going to have a wide variety of health issues pop up. On the other side, here's what I would notice. I'd be like, Rick, what's going on? Well, I have this real deep problem with sciatica going down my leg. Also, my digestion's been shot. I go, okay, Rick, so how long you been dealing with that for? About 6 years. So what's my next question I would ask Rick?
What happened 6 years ago?
Bingo.
Okay.
And the answer was always a divorce, a death in the family. I got fired from my job. I haven't spoken to my mom. My mother and I, my father and I, or my brother and I stopped speaking. So I started realizing that the fractures within our relationship and in other words, our re-triggered, resurfaced emotional wounding translates to a physical breakdown. And unless we go after closing that loop, you will always be suffering, and no amount of chiropractic work that I do is going to address a problem caused by a rejection wound.
Well, and that's the whole point of our show, the Simply Human Lifestyle. It's eating like humans were designed to eat, sleeping, managing stress, enjoying life, the way we say that, and sleep. And you can't just... They're all related. And I always use the example, our listeners are probably sick of me talking about the moon cycles, right? The moon cycle, like that moves the ocean, right? And we think that it's somehow we can like separate ourselves from the natural cycles of things. And that's what you're talking about. It's like,
correct.
It's all connected here. It's like,
correct.
And then people are like questioning, like, I don't understand. What the problem could be? What's the thing? Well, how are you sleeping? Well, I don't get very good sleep. I watch TV until 2 o'clock. Well, it's like, how do we break through that concrete and get people to understand it's all connected?
Yeah. Well, guess what? I'm about to blow your mind with how big this is. Are you ready? Okay. See this picture behind me?
Prepared.
Okay. See this picture behind me? What is that?
Oh my gosh.
That's the moon. No, that's the Earth from the moon.
From the moon. It's called Earthrise. It's the first ever photograph ever taken. Hey, little one. It's the first ever photograph ever taken of us. It's the moment. It was December 25th, I believe it was 1963.
69.
69, correct.
69, yeah.
69, correct. And it was the moment where humanity, we went to study the moon, but we got a photograph of us, and it was the moment that humanity got a collective self-awareness, that we got this understanding that, holy crap, there is no us versus them, there's just us. That we're on this floating spaceship Earth, and that we can't stay. We're here for a very brief period of time. And the astronauts that would leave the planet and they would come back down to Earth, they would have a huge monumental shift to their well-being, to their perspective.
Right.
And that's called, there's a word for that, it's called the overview effect.
I'm writing that down. Overview
The
effect.
overview effect. Look it up. You can look it up. There's a YouTube. Look up YouTube, The Overview Effect. It's a 19-minute video clip that interviews astronauts that had this life-altering perspective of going to outer space and coming back and going, wait, there's something more to us than this.
About the person cutting me off. Like Ryan Holiday, in his Stillness is the Key book, recommend all the Ryan Holiday books. He talks about a specific story of an astronaut who was like, I wish I could bring every politician one by one up here and say, look at that.
I listened to that book.
Yeah,
now, that's called the overview effect. What you just described is the overview effect, which is a cognitive shift that astronauts would feel when they go into outer space. Now, here's the interesting part. Simply by asking myself some very directed questions and going into my body and creating that safety that's lost when I had that trauma, and asking myself a different set of questions about those events that happened in my life, I then have the exact same impact of the overview effect with my own life, and I now don't see myself as a victim to my history anymore. That's why I called it the overview method. It's a method that I came up with. Everybody says what you said, Mark. We should do exercise, eating right, and stress reduction, but that's just paying lip service. Doctors just pay that lip service. I had to answer the question, how? How do I take what you just did, like you just fired me from my job, or you just dumped me, or I just got, $50,000 like completely embezzled from one of my, colleagues, or what? These are some of the challenges I hear, or abuse, physical violence, domestic violence. These things that are unforgivable and that are taking up time and space in my mind. How do I deal with that? Or I'm going through a divorce and they're treating me like absolute crap, and this is unfair, it's unjust what's happening. How do I manage myself? And the answer is, you must learn the art of becoming trigger proof. Trigger proof doesn't mean triggerless. It means learning how to take a trigger and, as Ryan Holiday says, creating stillness from within, rather than expecting it somebody outside of you to create it, rather than waiting for situations to change, for the government to open up, for mommy and daddy to finally see me, for my ex to finally apologize before I can fully engage back with life and rely on these external things. I'm now going to create that stillness within myself and resource myself. How? By going back to the old wounding of what this trigger is really about. Nothing that I'm dealing with right now in what's pissing me off has anything to do with what's happening right now. It is a younger version of myself that I have been conditioned to betray and abandon every time I get triggered in service of getting approval externally. And by using what I kind of put together called the overview method, I can remove myself out of that situation and take an objective look at the truth of what's going on, rather than being the victim to it. Seeing that what happened to me didn't actually start with me. It didn't even start with my parents either. And they're unfair of treatment towards myself, because they were at the effect of the traumas that were passed down from their parents, who were at the effect of the traumas passed down from their parents.
So there's no like end. I mean, it goes back. So you have to be the one that stops the cycle. Yeah.
It didn't start with you, but it must end with you when you put your hand up and say, look, I'm going to take on this work, not just to break the cycle for my kids so that I don't turn into a reactive prick like was done to me. It's not
fair. That's not fair. But who cares?
Yeah.
And I'm doing this for my father and my own mother.
Yeah.
I'm taking on this healing work for them because they clearly didn't have it available to them.
Right.
That's what this is all about.
We could go down this whole tangent, like what you just talked about, like social media and like the dangers and effects of that. But let's talk about, I know one of the things you talk about is like this difference in like, I'm going to be positive thinking. Like why is like positive thinking, like why is that like, that's like the beginning. It's bigger.
Yeah, totally. If you look at the earth, at every moment, half of it is bathed in sunlight and the other half is completely covered in darkness. In every moment, there's a duality of light and dark. If you take a magnet, you have a positive and a negative. Both are part of the magnet. It's a universal law. So much so that if I say, Mark, if you say, Mark, here you go. I want you to eliminate the negative, please. Here you go. Just give me the positive part and eliminate the negative. You're going to likely, if you're ignorant, you're going to take a saw and you're going to try to cut away the negative because you just want the positive. But then what happens, if you know anything about physics, if you cut that magnet in half, what do you now have?
Now you have
piece of metal.
two magnets that are both the same. You have positive, negative on two halves.
Positive, negative on this one, positive, negative on that one. Wait a second. There's something embedded in nature that requires the light and the shadow, the positive and the negative, the yin and the yang.
Yin and the yang, yeah.
The good and the evil. There's a dualistic Tao. That's embedded in universal law, that there's a duality that is required in order for you to have wholeness. And to actually heal, I must engage and I must integrate that dark, shadowy, negative part of me. I cannot try to eliminate. The most schizophrenic human beings out there, bipolar, schizophrenic, and I'm not using them as diagnoses, I'm just using them as kind of adjectives. The most fragmented parts of us happen when we are trying to be the one side and denying the other. See, I am good and I am evil. I'm a saint and I am a sinner. I am a sweetheart and I'm an...
And isn't it interesting that like all these principles of wholeness and health and all that, we've known this is since the beginning of humans.
It's mythology.
We don't need anything. That's another simply human. That's another principle. It's like, don't
both sides of me.
Yeah.
So what that means is, instead of trying to be positive, I'd rather be authentic, which means to embrace the fact that I'm not happy all the time and positive all the time. The most depressed people in the world are the ones with the happiest fantasies of positive thinking all the time, when there's another side to you called your shadow that really deserves a little bit of space to move and breathe. And that when I can really integrate that part of me, that's when I have wholeness and healing.
And I think another huge issue is like we're this whole yin and yang thing. It's like we're supposed to be exposed to hot water and cold water. We're supposed to have
contrast,
moods that are good and moods that are bad. Well, we come in and we like try to just make everything,
we judge them
baseline. It's like I'm gonna be in 72-degree water and air all day. I'm gonna take a pill so I don't have like super high emotions and I don't want to feel any bad emotions. And it's like, what is that?
Success, only success, never failure.
Well, and I think too, you hit on it, Dr. Nima, when you said like people who have this like overwhelmingly like super positive fantasy tend to be more unhappy. And I think when you don't allow that freedom of the negative half to have some space, it doesn't mean you have to let it take over. But when you try to kill that with gotta think positive, gotta think positive, then
half of me is unfathomable.
Yeah, you don't have the freedom to be who you are. And some days are good. Some days are bad. You have to be able to live with positive emotions and negative emotions.
Totally.
And when you have this negative emotion and you try to kill it with whatever it happens to be, whether it's substances or whether it's obsessive positive thinking, you're suppressing your own freedom on how you are supposed to be, how you are.
The best example of this, Rick, is the movie Inside Out. It's a Pixar
movie.
I
cried at that one.
So did I.
Seen it.
Okay, Rick, watch that movie.
Is this one where like the kids' emotions are like inside?
Yes.
Okay, I have seen that.
So good.
Brilliant. Cool. It actually demonstrates that exact point, is that this girl, her sadness was unfathomable to her. She was resisting it until she finally allowed for the sadness to move through her was when she was able to let go of the depression. In other words, feelings are feelings and they're not meant to be suppressed.
Right.
Yeah.
But our biggest obstacle comes in judging whatever feelings come up. So instead of observing them and allowing them and making sense of them, we judge them and we suppress them, and they stay with us longer.
Well, and it's just like I love the kind of the Buddhist mentality, the Zen mindfulness. Things aren't good or bad; things just are. And like training yourself to think of it like that.
Acceptance is the answer. Yeah.
I love the parable of like the farmer who like his horses get out, and so all his neighbors are like, "Oh, your horses got out. That's terrible." And he's just like, what is good or bad? The next day, the horses come back and bring all these horses, and the neighbors are like, "This is great. You got all these horses." And he's like,
Is that so?
What is it? And then his son is riding one of the wild horses, breaks his leg. "Oh, this is terrible. I don't know if it's good or bad." The next day, the army comes by looking for soldiers, and they don't take him because his leg, right?
He's excused.
Everything is it just happens. And
Such a great parable.
The other like kind of point that I like to make on this stuff is like riding downhill on a bicycle is fun, right? As you're going down skiing, right? Anything that's down, you get this thing. Well, now take the ski lift out of the equation. What do you have to do to enjoy that rush of going downhill?
You have to spend time going uphill.
You got to work your butt off to get up to the top. And if all we're doing is just ski lifting to the top and enjoying the downhill, it's like that's cutting the magnet in half, right? We're missing. You got to have both. And getting up the hill always takes longer than going down every time. And it's like, that's the point.
And the other point that's in there with that amazing analogy is to actually enjoy the ride down, you must surrender.
Right. Right.
You must let go of control and allow.
Yeah, you slam on your front brake, you're going to go over the handlebars.
So there's the other part of the duality is life is both a mixture of working hard and letting go.
Right. Yeah. And it's
of effort and effortless.
Yeah.
There's got to be a balance, like looking at your breath, breathing in. Because I have an amazing workshop called Breathwork and Badassery, where I teach people my clients how to actually breathe properly, because we forget. We are so stuck in our heads, we're out of our bodies, we stop learning how to breathe, right?
Is this how it works? Open your mouth and breathe in and out of your mouth.
It seems simple enough, but we totally forget. But here's
punch him in the stomach. So
look at this. Check this out. This is a bunch of like amazing personal development right here. If you can focus on this, the inhale is the effort, and the exhale is the surrender.
Going downhill.
In order for you, the way that you breathe is how you think, and the way that you breathe is your relationship with the universe. Inhale. So there's an abundance of air. Inhale is receiving. Exhale is giving. In order to have a really balanced life, we must have a balance of receiving and giving. And the effort is in the receiving, inhale, and then the exhale is the letting go. So we have to have a balance of effort and letting go. We must have a balance of giving and receiving. And unconsciously, the way that I'm breathing tells me my relationship with the universe. Most of the time I realized I wasn't inhaling. I was holding my breath, meaning I wasn't open to receiving. I didn't feel an abundance. I was in scarcity, and my breath was actually giving that indication. So I started the foundation of this work that I'm teaching now with the Overview experience is to teach you from the ground up how to breathe to create a relationship of fair exchange with the universe, which will then be the foundation of your work and all of your other relationships.
Man, this is my mind is. Can you see it on the ceiling there? Is it visible? My mind is blowing out. Okay, I can't believe this. We have 2 minutes. So before we ask you the final question that we ask all of our first-time guests, promote yourself at drnima.com.
Correct.
Tell everybody where they can find you. All that good stuff.
I have a new Facebook group I started during the COVID pandemic called Trigger Proof. How to regulate your stress and strengthen immunity during a global crisis. It's called Trigger Proof.
Looking it up, right?
Okay. That's the first thing, is go there, because I do literally a transmission every day when I use my methodology to get myself into a state of loving flow. And then I literally just transmit what just came through in all of the client calls and the revelations from my own work, the voice within. And I just share that in a way that's going to help you connect deeper with yourself.
Okay.
Tools
There's also
for
a
transformation.
band. There's a band called Trigger Proof.
I know. I heard about that. Yeah.
I
yeah.
accidentally followed them. I will.
And
follow
Simple
them.
Human is a brand of trash cans.
Beautiful. Exactly. So we all have something in common. That's the first thing. So you join that and you just pay attention and you listen to each and you do the work, because I'm giving you exercises each day designed to regulate your nervous system. It's all about self-regulation and co-regulation, so we can create a community of people that are living by design, which we're meant to be socially engaging, activating our ventral vagal nervous system where we have joy, where we have connection. Because our nervous systems get dysregulated from stress and we get into sympathetic fight or flight or complete shutdown and dissociation, we have to learn how to be able to self-assess and to take action so that we can show up as the greatest versions of ourselves, to connect with one another, because that's how healing happens. It happens in community. So that's the first thing. The second thing is I have a free training on the stages. It's a 90-minute training that I have that's how to become trigger-proof. And so I'll give that to you right now. I'll give it in the chat box right here. Okay. And I'll give the promo code to anyone who's watching, drnima.com. Here it is. I'm just putting it in right now. So drnima.com, VW1. And then the promo code is trigger proof. So that gives it free. Normally there's an investment for that. If you just put the promo code triggerproof, all one word, you get a 90-minute training on the steps it takes. So I talk about regulating your nervous system. I talk about clearing your past resentments. I talk about learning how to dance with that dark passenger, that little inner critic voice in your head that says you're not worthy. I talk about how to empathically connect with your younger parts that you've abandoned, and how to walk with a community and share vulnerably, because we heal in community.
Right.
So I teach you all of that. That's all there. It's free for each of you.
Forget having separate guests, Rick. It's the Dr. Nima show, and he's just going to be, he's going to be
every week from now on. You've now been conscripted into the Simple Human show.
At your service.
Your $10.99. We make no money.
Expect a royalty check every year for 5 cents.
Yeah.
Jump into those, ask questions, and after you've been training, you're going to want to go deeper and heal with those younger parts. I've taken my methodology and I've put it together in a form where you can learn. And what it is an active meditation that you will customize for your own particular wounding. In other words, there's maybe an 8-year-old version of Rick that felt unworthy because his parents divorced, and maybe a 12-year-old version of Mark who got his ass kicked from the bullies in school. Who knows? Those versions are pretty accurate. Was I right? I don't know. I'm just getting a sense. What you do is you will learn how to self-heal those wounds rather than expecting somebody to do it for you. And we do it all as a community to create secure attachments with our work and our personal lives and break the cycle of intergenerational trauma we unknowingly pass on to our kids because we don't know how to self-regulate. We just pass it on to them.
And the sad thing is a lot of parents don't even know. It's like you don't know what you don't know. And it's
exactly
like, we got to wake people up.
This is the wake-up call, trigger proof. It's like this COVID pandemic, it's now blown up, this thing. In a month, it's gone to over 1,000 members, and it just keeps, people are sending their people. And then I have trainings like this Sunday. You guys would love it. It's called Breathwork and Badassery, where I teach you how to reconnect to breath and allow whatever repressed feelings that you've been hiding because you want to be positive, and you weren't safe to express your emotions. You can, in a community, through your own, private setting, breathe and work them out and connect to your inner child. And I teach you advanced inner child connection strategies. And that's what will help you heal and create intimacy and emotionally regulate, connect to purpose, and heal all of your relationships.
Awesome. Okay, now that's great stuff. We'll put all that in the show notes. Thank you for the promo code. on behalf of our listeners and me, because I'm probably going to do it.
I'm doing it right now.
Yeah, I was going to say Rick is signing up as we speak. Okay, so Rick, not to put any pressure on Dr. Nima, but I'm calling a good answer here.
Okay.
Okay, this is a standard question we ask everybody. What is one thing that you enjoy about life, or something you do to make life more enjoyable? It doesn't have to have anything to do with anything. It's like something that you just wake up, I'm going to get to do blank today. Just a hobby or something you just love doing.
Something that I love doing. Well, I'll tell you what I've loved lately, and this has been a topic that I've been requesting everybody in my workshops and everything to do, is to make a playlist of something that you recall in your younger days. Let me show you. What do I love doing? I'll tell you what I love doing. Let me show this to you.
Last Dance, Rick.
Okay, check this out. I'll tell you what I love doing. All right, here's what it is. Like pina coladas.
The worst song ever.
Yeah, exactly.
That goes on my my execution playlist.
So, exactly. Let me show you what I absolutely love doing, and here's what it is. It goes. Here it is. Boom. Yeah, it goes like. When it comes to the guy, by no means average, as long as she's got to have it. Baby, you're a perfect 10. Wanna get in, wanna get down, so finish it, go. I like the way you work it.
No diggity. I like to bag it up.
The more I connect with that part of me, the more fun and three-dimensional my life gets to be. Yeah. So what I'm recommending you do is to create a playlist for yourself that reminds you of those days where you had your mojo.
It's funny.
And put it on and dance with your kids. Have them laugh at you.
My kids love like Descendants, all the new stuff. And every now and then, and we're doing this more. My 6-year-old son will go, "Dad, play a new song." And what he means by that is play a song that we haven't heard that you like. Yeah, and it has. I'm like, huh. And so I start thinking, and now they're asking for those songs. Like I woke up the other day, and y'all probably don't remember the song "Hocus Pocus" by Focus, but my son is like in there in his room, like listening to that song, and I was like, yeah.
Okay, so here's my suggestion to both of you. Okay. Do you have kids, Rick?
Yes, 2 boys.
Okay, try this tonight. I'm telling you, it's magic. Put on a song that evokes that playful inner child part of you or inner teenager, and act like a complete idiot and shake your booty in front of them and have them roll their eyes at you and go, "Oh my God, you are such an embarrassment."
Well, that's one good thing about Alexa. You just come in the morning and say, "Alexa, play 90s dance hits."
Exactly.
Play songs at my face.
Exactly. And then start dancing for them, and all of a sudden you're going to see there is a powerful force of co-regulation in your nervous systems that all attune. You realize based on how you're being in your nervous system, have an impact on your entire family or your business or your clients or anybody, like, for example, you'd speak to in your podcasting. Right. And just by connecting to that part of you, people will feel it, and there's a magnetism towards you that is unstoppable. That's my suggestion.
Instead of the birthday game, Rick, we should just put on a song and just do it for 5 minutes. We're just going to have a dance party.
If you did that, I promise you, do it for 1 week, for 5 minutes a day. I promise you'll message me going, "Oh my God, my entire family dynamics have completely shifted. Thank you.
My family has kicked me out of the house."
Yeah. Mark is dancing out the street.
They're too embarrassed to be around me now.
Put your pants on, Mark. God.
Yeah, I didn't say not to wear pants. Okay. Anyway, all right. This has been awesome. Thank you so much for your time. We need to. I'll send you the Calendly link to maybe get you back on, like in the fall or sometime, because I feel like
absolutely
we could do
anytime
another 30 minutes. Very, very.
Oh yeah. Easy. Awesome. Anytime. Yeah. Join my group and engage. Ask questions, and I will drop any questions you have about it. I will throw it in, and I will help in any way I can.
Awesome, Dr. Nima, you're awesome. Congratulations on the baby and the wedding and the COVID. All that. It's just
congratulations on the pandemic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great success. Very nice.
Awesome.
That's
All
the
right.
second reference
Borat.
to Sacha
Borat.
Baron Cohen on the show today.
Beautiful.
Awesome. All right, well, have a good night. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
See you, guy.
You're listening to the Simply Human podcast.
So
I think our guests enjoy watching our facial expressions.
and I texted this to you when he made that comment. Like, since we've been doing this, we've been getting weird. Like, our guests will like reach out afterwards and say, "Hey, thank you. Like, this was great." Like,
Yeah,
I don't know what's
we
happening.
don't get people saying like, "Hey, I really enjoyed being on your show.
I want
It
to be a
was fun."
host on your show. We
Every
have that.
once in a while, we'll get somebody like, "Hey, thanks, we appreciate it." Or, "Hey, we had some engagement."
Not even that often.
Never like the "Hey, that was the most fun I've had in like a month." Or
Yeah,
maybe it's
like
the
Kathleen Trotter's
quarantine
post. Yeah.
pandemic and everything. But
That's
like,
what I
I think
was
people enjoy seeing our faces.
Tip of the
I
week
like it.
is 5-minute dance party every day. That would also be a funny YouTube video. Rick. Mark and Rick's dance party.
It would be 5 minutes of me doing like the sprinkler.
That would be very funny. Your hair just like.
I don't do a lot of dancing. I will strongly consider his recommendation.
Just try it by yourself and send me a video.
Well, then I'm not doing it by myself.
Okay, it is 10 after 9. That was good. You need to go to
Yeah.
bed. That was great.
Yeah, it is 10 after 9. I'm an old man. It's time for me to get in bed.
I'm going to go tell my
glad
kids
you-
good night and dance with them. Rick, this has been great. We have lots
Yes.
of guests lined up. Exciting announcement. I forgot to mention this at the beginning. Guess who's booked?
Hulk Hogan.
Kate Galliette.
Yes!
Yeah.
And this is the perfect format for
Yeah,
her because
we
she's
want-
been on like 10 times several years ago, and she would like describe things that we should do for
Well,
mobility.
we're with
This
Kate-
is the perfect. She can actually see.
I was going to say the first episode with Kate like this, it's going to be like the first 10 minutes of the show. Like, we're just going to jack around, and then it's going to be like, okay, we need to have you back on to actually talk about content because she's great.
great.
She emailed me right back. It's been over 2 years since she was coming.
Really?
And she was like, I thought you all hated me, and all this
Oh
stuff.
my
She
gosh,
still does
no,
it for real life and all that. So
Yeah.
we're really excited to have Kate back on. So anyway, lots of guests. This is great. Dance with your kids. That's going to do it for this edition of the Simple Human Podcast.
And remember, that goes on my my execution playlist.
So until next time, enjoy yourself.